Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Schedule Pro Gamer. And today we're doing the second match of Germany versus Canada. And we will once again be viewing this from the viewpoint of HotshotGG, who is playing Nidalee in this case. And as you can see, yeah, they have pretty much the best players of teams Counterlogic Gaming, CLG. And yeah, Nidalee is Hotshot's favorite character. Nidalee, like the Cho'Gath in the last game, has teleport on her, and that means that she will be going in the top lane, I'm assuming. But for now she's going to bottom lane, but probably to lay some traps, because the first skill is trap, so by laying some traps, he can definitely, and he that is HotshotGG, not Nidalee. So I will be calling them, either he or she, I don't care. Anyway, he will be able to help out his teammates that are in this lane later on. I think you can lay 3 traps, and he's going to do exactly that. Probably go home then and follow the minions to the top lane. They are guarding the blue, but apparently the enemy team was spotted going for their red, and so he's home exactly when the minions spawn, so he will be able to follow them to his lane, wherever that might be. And yeah, the enemy team is indeed at their red, are, well, probably taking out the double golems. But the clairvoyants there might have just saved their red. Anyway, the golem being attacked by Nidalee first, so it will run after Nidalee, then stepping in one of her traps, so it will have lower... Oh, yeah, right. Hang on, it will have a lowered armor rating, and yeah, what happened there was the golem accidentally went back to the spawning position and fully healed up. And yeah, I have no idea why that would happen. That's clearly a bug, but it seems to be really, yeah, a stupid bug. It really affects the gameplay, so it's one of these bugs that I encounter every now and then, but normally I think it's my fault, but these pro players, they don't make these kind of mistakes. So anyway, Nidalee not going for the top lane, but going for the mid lane here against Morgana. And yeah, that seems to be a decent matchup. Early game Morgana has quite a bit of damage, but yeah, with the heal Nidalee should be okay. And as long as she doesn't hit the stun, then the damage is relatively low. But yeah, once she hits the stun, and especially if someone comes in to gank, Hotshot may be in some trouble. And he of course knows how to tackle these minions in turret range by attacking them once, then letting the turret hit them once, and then hitting them a second time before the turret hits them a second time. And those kind of things, yeah, you really need to know them to get the last hits against the turret, and I have no idea how to do that, so I basically fail at that. And I can only do it if I have high amounts of damage. But yeah, the trick of course is to learn these things if you want to be really pro. And since the turrets and the minions scale up, I'm pretty sure that stays the same at most of the times in the game. Not really sure if it Yeah, if it still will still work in the late game, but I'm pretty sure it will work in the mid game. So for if you're a mage, then that might be important, because then your attack damage doesn't go up, or not by a lot anyway, during the game. So to avoid yeah, using spells on the minions, you might want to check into that. And yeah, so now he's waiting, he hit all three of them, and now he just finished them off. And he's doing quite well. And Morgana's kind of going top. But yeah, there was nothing she could do, so she basically came straight back. Yeah, mid is not really the lane for Nidalee, because her innate ability kind of requires grass to be near them, or a bush, or whatever it's called. Wow, already level 6 on Morgana, because they took out the double golems probably. Yeah, don't know why else. So. But yeah, she tried to get the ultimate off, but Hotshot able to get away from that, and well, in no trouble at all actually. Even though she used all of her spells on that, and I think all of her summoners as well. And now Hotshot's level 6 as well, and should be able to clear out the minions pretty confidently and pretty quickly. Obviously the amount of damage done in Cougar form is also, yeah, it has been increased in the last patch, and this is played after the last patch, so after the Riven patch. And I know, actually not sure about the Riven patch, pretty sure, but not entirely confident. Because the Riven patch is really, yeah, that's really this week, so I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, she has been nerfed, or her heal has been nerfed in this patch, and or in this game, and her Cougar abilities especially have become a lot stronger. Also the Javelin, so from her human form, is also reducing cooldown, and yeah, I think that's about it. Don't actually play Nidalee, and the only thing I need to know about her is to just stay away from her. Unless she's on my team, and then it doesn't matter at all.
Should you steal your race?
So yeah, Morgana scouting a little bit in the bushes next to the next to the mid lane. Probably means she put a ward there or something. I didn't pay attention to what she bought. And they're going to get a kill here on this Udyr. I'm assuming. Udyr, of course, really good at escaping. And yeah, come on, kill him. Oh my god, yeah. That wasn't good at all. Anyway, losing the kill there. So not only did Udyr escape, Cannon even died, so. So that's kind of a shame. So he does keep track of all of the lanes. Hasn't used his teleport yet. But yeah, if someone needs him, then he can at least teleport in. As you might have noticed, he didn't even use it to get back in lane. Because he knows that if they need to have a fifth man somewhere, or fourth, or whatever. If they need him somewhere, then he needs to have his teleport up, so it's better to spend a few more seconds going in lane, just running in lane, instead of teleporting, because then you have the potential to help out somewhere. So running around like a madman here with this cougar form, and yeah, he's really good at just switching it up. Unfortunately, the traps no longer reveal the wards, which is kind of a shame. Used to be a good trick, was really annoying for the opponents, but still was a good trick. She's been nerfed a lot lately, since she was really good. Then again, apparently she's still playable, because otherwise Hotshot wouldn't be playing her. Well, it is his favorite character. So I guess, yeah, even if she got over-nerfed, he would still play her for a little bit. And I'm not sure if he would still play her in tournaments though. And we haven't seen him use a lot of javelins, because he's apparently afraid of running out of mana. That's the only thing I could imagine, because they are really good harass material.
This guy just snared me. He knows.
And they are trying to steal the blue, and successfully doing so.
He's going bot. He's running bot like crazy, man. Just charged.
And yeah, we see someone here running bot, trying to help out. Apparently going for the oh, I was assuming for the ultimate, but yeah, there we go. That was the ultimate. And wow. Ignite finishing off the Alistar, but I expected him to get out okay. Wow. So Gangplank taking over mid lane here for a while until Morgana's back. And meanwhile, Team Canada not having the best start in the world at 2 and 3.
That's just how much damage a normal Morgana do.
But yeah, it's still a long way from the end game, so they can still pick it up. But especially the kill on Udyr early in the game, that was kind of a shame. I totally had them, or I totally saw them killing him without any problem, and then Morgana showed up and killed Cannon out of nowhere, and yeah, that was just wasn't really planned. Didn't expect that to happen at all. So going back here and going for the Rod of Ages. Rod of Ages, of course, an excellent choice in AD material. I mean, it's good on just about any character that uses, AP. Just about any character that uses AP can use Rod of Ages pretty effectively, but especially on the characters that either have very low HP or need to go into the enemy to do excellent damage, like this Nidalee, because Nidalee in Cougar form really could use the extra health, and Nidalee in human form could really use the extra mana, because the Cougar form I think uses no mana, but no, it doesn't. So just trying to keep out Morgana or the jungler, but Morgana is in the mid lane. Not caring about the dragon. Probably they did see it because, well, we saw Sona put down a ward earlier, And yeah, they didn't remove it, so it's still there.
I can go mid.
And they're going for the Udyr here, but obviously Cannon has to hold him off first. And 2 stacks of the that's 3, and getting 3 from the ultimate on here, I'm assuming, for 2 of the mini stuns. And come on, not again. Oh, this Morgana is really annoying. No, she's really doing a good job protecting her teammates. Second time she saved someone, and the first time she got a kill out of it, and now she just protects them. And with the black shield has no problem with Alistar at all, because the black shield protects you from all the effects except the damage from spells. So no slows, no stuns can be applied to you, no knockbacks, no, well, basically all that still counts is the damage, and you do get a shield, so part of the damage is also negated. So all in all, it's a great spell. Obviously it doesn't do any good against AD characters. Almost hitting the Sona there with the full length javelin.
Morgan, no, she's just shopping.
But missing, so. So this is, I think, game number 9 or something in my I don't know which ones I will already have released by the time I go on holiday. But yeah, I'm making a lot of games to just upload and release whenever or when I go on holiday. So all of these are from, well,
Remember that I'm not.
around the 20th of September. So the newer patches, even though these videos may be released to you guys somewhat later, or you will see them somewhat later, then you know what patch it is and such.
Good.
I don't know. Maybe it's useful.
They went all in.
So not the best of team fights there. But they still have 2 available, so they can hold off the enemy team pretty well. In the early to mid game, you can pretty much hold off the whole enemy team with just 2 champions by just taking out the minions. But by the time we get into late game, that obviously doesn't work anymore, because they don't need minions then, they can just tank the turret damage. So he's holding off the top lane now, apparently switching with Cannon because Cannon is mid. And I'm not sure how they did both on minions. So 118 to 158. So Hotshot doing a better job at killing minions, but Cannon's still doing a pretty good job. So, and if you want to know if you are well, a good player, just compare minions with these guys and try to out farm them basically, because you should be able to out farm them in the lower ELO games, because the champions you're up against aren't nearly as good at harassing as these guys are, because obviously these guys are really good. Although Team Germany, I have no idea how good they are, to be honest. I know Team Canada is pretty amazing.
Yeah, this guy is gonna be low by dragon.
Oh, the trap no longer has an AoE effect. That's interesting. It used to be AoE vision at least. And now it's just revealing... I don't know about the damage, I didn't pay too close attention there. I'll see that now. No, it only does damage to the one that steps in it. That is... yeah. Also a nerf there.
Okay.
Yeah. Too late on the javelin. But yeah. I think Udyr would have ran out anyway, but it would have made a difference in the matter that it would have taken him a few more seconds to teleport. And although that may not have any influence on the outcome of the game, maybe it does. You never know. Because now he's back. And yeah, well, there's the difference. He actually steals one of the double golems. Yeah, had he had Hotshot landed that javelin a second earlier, Udyr wouldn't have been back then. Oh, he's running behind 4 of the enemies. I wonder how that feels. Wow, landing a full-length spear there on a javelin on the Sona, and Sona getting damaged quite a lot by that. Also Vayne taking a huge amount of damage, and I have no idea what that was. He ran back in and got hit by the don't know what it's called, Vayne spell that knocks you into a wall and then stuns you if you actually hit something.
I have no boots too. I need to farm longer.
That's a shame. So he's now complaining that he doesn't have level 2 boots, but he still has 1,000 gold remaining, so he can buy pretty much any type of boots he wants. So I'm not really sure why he just doesn't buy the sorcerer's shoes, but yeah, or the cooldown boots. As you can see, he can still afford them. Anyway, he's going for damage first, or AP first, because AP also helps with the heal, I'm assuming.
If only this was a nerf Nidalee, I would've got away there. But also that stun into the wall was so far, it wasn't even funny. Okay, let me push out top.
So with this enemy team, he might want to consider going for another Quicksilver Sash, like in his last match. Because Morgana and well, the stun we just saw from Vayne, that would be enough to warrant the use of a Quicksilver Sash. I mean, those two stuns can pretty much, or stun and snare, I guess, can pretty much ruin your day if you're Nidalee, and if you're building her, well, relatively AP, so not really tanky. And if you're building her tanky, you're not going to be any good to your team. If your team is counting on you doing the damage. In this case he's split pushing, so his AP isn't doing too much for him.
She's already top.
And wow, another snare landed. I really thought that was outside of the hitbox, but okay. And is this guy actually going to survive? No, he's not.
What the fuck, dude? Why? Was no one helping Chaos? How are they doing that?
So nobody helping down at the bottom lane,
Yeah,
but
that's nice
they do
overall.
get a turret for that, and they did get a kill apparently. At least that's what they were discussing in the chat. Oh, almost hitting there. That would have been massive damage. Oh, yeah, the javelin missing because he flashed out. But they're going to get 2 kills here.
Careful, more behind us.
And that's one. Let's now go for the other one. Oh, ouch. That hurt. But he is going to survive this. Healing up and going back in. 600 life left. Should be plenty to do to at least take another hit. But if he gets stunned or snared, he is dead. So he is going to run out anyway. Morgana in the clear and taking a huge javelin there. Anyway, back to the farming mode, I guess.
And I have boots too. Kinda hurts me.
Still protected by the ward in the in the brush, as you can see. Sona's coming.
Problem is I can't use my TP.
He keeps missing his javelins. That's kind of surprising. I
Really hard.
expected him to at least do a little more, or put a little more effort into that. He gets spotted by Clairvoyance there and decides to go to the next bush to just teleport
Dude,
from
don't
there.
get top. Please don't get top. You don't have teleport. You need to be mid.
Yeah, Cannon goes mid and Hotshot's going to go top because Hotshot actually has teleport up, and he has had teleport up all game and hasn't used it once. At least not that I saw. But yeah, the option is still there. So by the way, the score is now 7-9, in case you couldn't read it. Oh, it's... never mind. It's up on the scoreboard every time he pulls it up to see the minions. So you can keep track of it that way.
My TPing mid.
So he's just split pushing top now. And his team is trying to hold off the
Careful.
middle
Watch
lane.
the Baron. Watch the Baron. Oh, I get free tower then. Is that 2 free towers then?
So this tower, yeah, nobody's coming in to defend this tower. And he's just going on to the next one.
Oh shit.
Oh, and there's Vayne, and now he's dead. One stun, and that's it.
There's nothing I can do.
Wow, doing some massive damage there. He should have done that way earlier. But apparently not really sure what the new Nidalee can do. New Nidalee apparently, yeah, not as strong as the old one. And
They just exhausted me.
getting caught there. That's okay. They still got a turret for that.
You have disengaged team. All team there.
But
All team
only
there, Alistar.
only
If you-
2 champions available. They're going to try to hold them, or well, destroy the minions,
Don't fight that.
and then get out. But the cannon is getting caught. Oh, he escapes with 0 health. And by this time, Caitlyn has come back, and now Hotshot's back, and
Okay, whatever. Fight them.
Cannon will come in in a few seconds, and they might actually get some kills here, because all of the skills were just used on Cannon, so all of the long cooldowns. Yeah, there we go. Free kill on Morgana. Well, not actually free, but they worked for it pretty hard. And yeah, they might actually get... Oh, just out of range of that. And they might actually still get this kill.
Go ahead, do it.
And, okay, stunned once again.
That
Yeah,
range, dude.
could have seen that coming. The Vayne is really good. She's been doing some. She's had some excellent plays already, and yeah, they do get Baron.
Okay, that's my
The
blues.
enemy did see it because there's the clairvoyance there, but that really doesn't matter at all because there's nothing they can do about it. And yeah, they did lose blue for that because that's what Vayne was doing.
Okay, like,
I'm assuming. I'm assuming she had blue.
I guess I'll just win. We just need to, like, fight 5v5 because the split pushing isn't working. The problem
So
is, like,
he's
he has
just
a
placing
free to
some
kite.
wards
You can't block
everywhere
your kite.
just to make sure that they can see the enemy coming from the top. And top lane is the most undefended
Yeah,
lane.
blue.
So if someone wants to push that on their team, that is, then they can see the enemies coming. Although it would have probably been better to ward the other bush instead of, well, just in the middle of nowhere. So the last ward he placed basically could go up a little to the upper right.
Yeah,
There's a
okay.
bush there.
That's smart, that's smart, yeah.
Just tossing in some javelins. This team has some excellent poke, by the way, with Nidalee, Caitlyn, and Cannon. You can pretty much poke everyone to death without even going near them. Ooh, almost hitting. That will do a massive amount of damage by now. I mean, he has some magic penetration from his boots, which I still think if he wanted them, he could have afforded them earlier, but he wanted to get the death cap first. Anyway, probably has some runes also that have magic penetration. And most of the time he goes for another one. So another item that gives you magic penetration. Wow, doing about 50% now, let's say 40% damage on the Vayne in one shot. And that takes a long time to heal back up with the Sona. And the only thing they need to do now is just poke the turrets and get some damage on the turrets. Nice. Ward over the wall so they can actually see inside. But yeah, there is an oracle there, so they can take it out pretty easily. Not hitting anyone. If he just
Down, down,
if he just aims a little better, then wow, getting caught with a triple stun there.
that was my fault.
And yeah, that was definitely his own fault, and he gets himself killed as well as Cannon, and the rest of the team is getting out. There's no real chance of taking out anyone. So indeed, going for some more magic penetration, it is really important. And yeah, normally we see him going for the haunting guys,
They can't,
because
they
it's a
can't,
lot cheaper
they can't
and it's
amplify.
more effective against the low magic resist champions. Because this one, the
We
Void
need to look
Staff,
at mid
actually does
right now.
damage as a percentage of the current, what's it called, magic resist of a champion. So if you have very low magic resist, then the magic penetration is also very low. The haunting guys, on the other hand, has a fixed amount, so it is therefore a better item if someone has low magic penetration. Magic resist, sorry.
Push the mid, please.
And we see the enemy team going for dragon. Are they going to
No,
stop
they're
them?
not. Okay, whatever.
They are going to try at least, but they're not going to succeed.
Not our team.
Do they even have any stuns? Yeah, well, except for Alistar. Alistar doesn't really count.
Why don't we just push mid?
Alistar needs to be way too close to get a stun off. So normally that's not a realistic
We could have easily got
thing.
tower if they, for that dragon. We, like, played with our dicks, because we, like, fight them.
So they just
Okay, split.
made kind of the rookie mistake in their own eyes. I mean, I'm not claiming to have seen that, but they made the mistake of waiting for the enemy team and just watching the enemy team take out Dragon, and they could have chosen between either fighting them and getting something done that way, or taking out a turret to kind of make up for the loss of the Dragon. So there's a lot of healing going off in this enemy enemy team. And is he still at 0 kills? Wow, he's 0, 3 and 1. Not used to that. Normally he has a lot of kills.
No, no, no. You need a cleanse or something.
So yeah, what's next? Did he just sell
Like,
something?
just
I
go
don't know. I don't know.
easy. Like,
He
as long as they don't fucking make us say.
never
All we
mind.
have to do is sit mid.
He's going for another blue. Blue's really good, obviously, on Nidalee, because the one half of her depends on mana and the other half of her depends on cooldowns. So getting more of both
Push mid. Push
would
mid.
be really good.
Push mid, 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 mid. Doesn't matter where it's.
Sona scouting for some wards, and yeah, missing
Doesn't
another
matter.
javelin
What we
there.
need is to sit mid and then fucking poke.
And yeah, this is
Problem is we
where
literally
it
never
becomes
push mid.
difficult, because the enemy team is pretty fat and they're all mid now. They're going to push in with a minion wave, so it's really hard to hit them with the javelins. And yeah, he hasn't hit a whole lot of them. Yeah, and every time someone gets caught, the enemy team does a lot of damage. So, and they do have a lot of stuns and slows and such.
Oh,
Almost getting the slow on Vayne there, but yeah, Vayne has her tumble, I think it's called. Wow, a lot of damage on the Sona there. One more hit and she will die. And yeah, if Sona dies, then the rest of the team needs to fall back immediately, because Sona is healing for so much. And there goes Sona. She ran exactly where the javelin went. So yeah, and as you can see, the team has to retreat now, because otherwise this happens. They get caught, and ooh, almost landing a second javelin there. Still might. No, another flash. Cannon gets thrown back, and we're at the enemy base. So all of that because the Sona was too much forwards, basically, didn't hide behind the minions, and got killed.
Stay here. We have 4 and 5.
So just a little bit of damage done on the turrets, and another little bit by cannon,
That shit, dude.
and then there we go. They go in, they finish off the turret, and yeah, the enemy team is still waiting for Sona to respawn, but they cannot defend the inhibitor. And they go back, falling back after the inhibitor, taking the blue and the red, and basically crippling the enemy team. So instead of just trying to win in one fell swoop, they just increase the amount they are ahead by taking the buffs away from the opponent.
Just push, 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 push. I don't need a Baron.
And the enemy team is coming for Baron here, because they think that they are at Baron.
Got a full spear on someone.
And that one landed, by the way, on Sona.
They're going, I think.
Yeah, the enemy team is going for Baron here. But
Careful,
they
top
will
lane, top
not
lane.
be able to do that as long as this team is close. Because, well, with the amount of poke damage they have, the amount of damage they can do without going near, it is pretty easy to keep them from doing Baron. Oh, Alistar, come on, dude. Yeah, Alistar's dead. There we go.
Why'd you engage it?
Alistar was way too far forward and got stunned by everything. But then again, all of the stuns have now been expended, and they might actually be able to win the next team fight because of this.
I don't understand why you like wanted
Udyr
to
died on the enemy team, but then again Cannon died to the Udyr. So so by the way, this is played on the tournament servers. Wow! Getting another kill there on the Sona. Because he... Wow! Almost killing. Gangplank. So much damage coming out from these javelins. Wow! Come on, dude. Go in. Kill them. Yeah, they're going to try to cut them off at some point. I don't know why I threw that way. Oh, yeah, sure. No, I just realized that Vayne had her Banshee's Veil still up. And Vayne using the ultimate there to get away. So they are going for Baron now. And they should be able to do this pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's no point in fight. Ever.
And he still hasn't used his teleport, I think. At least I didn't notice otherwise. But yeah, the threat is still there, he just hasn't used it.
Oh, blue.
I guess it's like having Flash or Ghost and never having to use it. It's there for when you need it, and not... Well, you don't need it just because you have it. But yeah, by now he could split push, but yeah, we saw in the earlier game that it really doesn't work at all. They just send one of the champions back to deal with it and then go from there. So he no longer takes the Rage Blade. That's new. It used to be all about the Rage Blade. Oh, there's the Haunting, guys. Now he buys it. Thought you would go reverse on these two items. Although the AP is a lot higher on the Void Staff, of course. But then again, the magic penetration is,
Yeah, just run top.
is really useful from the Haunting guys. It's really useful early game. And the magic penetration from the
No, I'm gonna just push it up
what's
a
it
little
called,
bit so
Void
it's
Staff. It's really useful late game if people actually buy magic resist, and otherwise, yeah, you don't need it.
Doesn't matter. We need to control both lanes at the same time.
So they're once again trying to push this lane, and or at least, well, prevent it from pushing into their turret in a few minutes.
Hey, push mid.
And he's going back home and probably teleporting in now, because he should have, yeah, he could have done that a number of times already.
No, it's
All of
fine.
these buffs on him. And he has red buff, blue buff, and Baron buff. So taking out the minions from the bottom lane before they reach the turrets. And of course getting a lot of gold because of that.
Shit.
And his team gets caught by the
Out.
Gangplank ultimate. And is this guy actually going to get away? Yeah, he flashed over the wall there.
Push, push.
So Alistar actually once again getting caught, but it's better to be that he is the one getting caught than any of his teammates. Because, well, He can take a lot more damage, and in this case he actually got away. But even if he dies, he's not worth a whole lot because he already died a couple of times. Someone running into the javelin once again. And are they going to get the inhibitor once more? If it's already respawned. Yeah, it has respawned.
Doesn't matter. Just push in. Just like right here is good, and then like chaos both.
But yeah, with their team, they should be able to do quite a lot of damage. They have a lot of poke, and they just ran in a little bit too far. And the snare from what's her name, Morgana, was enough to get them 2 kills. So the end game here seems to be really difficult for them. The early game was also very difficult. But in the mid game everything seemed to go their way, and at this moment it still isn't clear who's going to win. Landing another spear on javelin on someone. Don't know. Yeah, I know why I keep saying that, because that's the general name for it by these by the other gamers. Like Hotshot himself, he always calls them spears, but it is a javelin. So Trundle getting caught there, and Trundle actually dying. Yeah. Didn't see him die, but he did die. And yeah, only 4 left. Pretty sure all of the enemies are left. Oh, Udyr is dead. Udyr is on the enemy team, yeah. Okay. So it's 4-4. And we see the enemy team retreating to their red. And that means that they can now push the lanes a little bit. And I'm not sure if their blue will still be there. Might still be there. Yeah. So the enemy team not able to take the enemy buffs.
Everyone have QSS?
And everyone apparently going for the Quicksilver Sash here. And that includes Hotshot apparently. So with all these Quicksilver Sashes on the team, they should be able to avoid getting stunned, and yeah, with enough Quicksilver Sashes on the team you can basically ignore the or cleanse, that is. You can basically ignore the amount of stuns and snares they have, and just attack anyway.
I don't know what we can do. I can TP, but like at the same time.
So they need to pick off one of the enemy team. So one champion needs to die, and then they can win this game. But on the other hand, if 1 or 2 of them die, they're going to lose an inhibitor. And they might even lose the game at that point. Although, as long as they have Alistar with his ultimate, they should be pretty... well, they should be fine. Cannon dying there, but they do get Sona in return, and they do get this guy. Yeah, this guy is dead. The Vayne. And wow, they're getting Udyr for free there. And yeah, that was really a mistake on their part, because this guy is dead as well. He can try whatever he wants, not going to work. Cannot outrun a Nidalee if you're Morgana. So they're going straight for the inhibitor, obviously, and Caitlyn coming up from behind, getting the minions, or Caitlyn just running in to get the inhibitor. That's good too. Thought she would get the minions, but apparently HotShot's going for the minions. And is he finally going to be able to use his TP now?
I don't. Oh, okay, you guys got it.
Oh, they're going to take out another inhibitor just to make sure that they can push in future times. Because they don't have any they don't have any minions near the enemy base, so there's no way you can take down the Nexus turrets. But you can easily, with an Alistar there, you can easily tank the one turret going to the inhibitor. Maybe it was already down, I don't even know.
We just need to defend this. Oh, they're going Baron.
So they got a free dragon out of that as well. So all the high price targets on the map have been taken out. And enemy is going for Baron, but they will die probably because of that. Because Baron pops all Banshee's Veil, and there goes about half of the health on the Vayne. And yeah, they steal Baron, and this is now over. They're going to try to go after these guys, the guys that are still remaining, but it doesn't even matter. So I'm assuming this is the last push, and they will be able to push the turrets, because now there's no champions left. Well, these two, but they really don't matter. Gangplank will die here. There we go. And Sona will not even be able to come near them, and doesn't do any damage at all anyway. So that's the Nexus. Finally they win. So I hope you enjoyed. And HotShot actually typed out GG. Wow, that's a first. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. And this video will continue for about a minute more, so you can watch if you want. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. GG.